So it's very important to have a persona because it's very important within a team to have symbols to keep everybody aligned and know what you are doing, why you are doing that, and everybody needs to brief the company strategy, the mission, and so on. So the persona it's like something which inspires each of us in the morning when we go to work, and it's like something we appeal to when we are not sure of the call to make for the product. No, so. And that's something that to be very clear to everybody. As you say, okay, we are in the business of doing this, and the business it's really making her happy, making her satisfied, making her fulfilled, making her want you to choose to open the app every day. So that's what ultimately directs everybody's effort. Yes.
Now you presented Ellen with one of the earliest versions of Cannonball.
Yes.
Was her feedback useful to you in your product development process?
The first useful thing, or the answer is yes. The very first exciting thing was her excitement. Now seeing, which was not only because she was, as you know, she was trying somebody for friends and so on, but really having her feeling that this could make, could bring a dead part of this back to life. So that was very important for us because we knew that there was something thriving in there. So that was, and she gave us the light, no? She told us, okay, this is the direction, and so that is what keeps us up late at night. It's really going for that light, and sometimes you struggle a little bit, but then you fight back and you go for that light, which is the excitement of your early users, no? So yes.
Now, you have a pretty good end user definition, someone who is a woman in her early 30s, early 40s, someone who loves couch shopping. How did you go from that definition to a very clear, detailed understanding of your persona? How did you find the persona? What steps did you take?
So end user was my partner, was me. He was our girlfriend. So it was like a court of people which in our mind was quite well defined. And then we started spending time with users. We spent time with testers, and we had a few, and kind of similar, which are those who resonated the most with us, those who resonated the most with the product, those who took passion in providing feedback because they felt that that was something which was meaningful to them. No? So as we started receiving certain nice 10 emails from her, sometimes it was too much, but it was great. And so we realized that those were the people, she was the person for whom we could make the difference. No? So we said, okay, now you really need to focus and stick on something, on somebody, and build around there. No? Gmail, as just to mention, not just always to pick up on Gmail, but just because it's been the most successful large email provider in the last years, has 120 million users in the United States only. We want to make the difference for a niche within that large number. If we can do it for 10% of them, it would be amazing, not 12 million users. But the idea is that you really start focusing on a specific use case, and then you expand, you iterate, and you build around it. No? Startups cannot be good for everybody, otherwise they're good for nobody, and people do not switch. What is very important is convincing a subset of users that your innovation is meaningful to them, and so they can adopt you, because otherwise we won't make it out there.
Now, it would be interesting to hear from you how your team participated in the process of defining a persona.
Yeah.
Now, your partner Jim, he leads product development.
Yeah.
You are more on the business side.
Yeah.
Did you participate in this process of understanding and refining a persona together? Did you participate? How did the process work at Cannonball?
I think the persona was pretty much clear in Jim's mind from the very beginning, because he's a great product guy. He's really been briefing this from the very beginning. And me, at first, I needed to get up to speed. And I remember I was spending the first month or so, and this was 1.5 years ago, interviewing a lot of people, asking what was in their inbox. Of course, also for Jim, there was a learning curve, but he really was more balanced, was more grounded around a solid idea of end user profile, and then we got to the persona together.